Welcome. Everyone here is pretty much everyone who watches my story, and if you cared enough, you came here. And if you didn't, you didn't. This feels super awkward because it's just gonna be public on the internet. Other people can find it. Anyways, I'm just gonna talk about it and pretend only you guys are seeing this because that makes my life better. So, reading vlog for the week. That's what this is. It's probably only gonna be like 3 days long because that's probably how long it'll take me to read this book. 3 or 4, we'll see. I don't know how good the editing will be, so good luck to all of you. This video probably won't also be long. I was supposed to start this when I started reading the book. I did not. I forgot, actually, until a few hours ago that I was supposed to be doing this, that I had decided to do this, so here we are a few hours late. But basically, this week, I'm reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn and Hugo. My friends, Gami and Fiona, both recommended it to me. They were like, read it, read it, read it, read it. You have to read it. And I said I would. I bought it in October. It is now January, literally February, basically. And I never read it, but I was finally ready to, so I picked it up. And I read with the audiobook to make it go faster because I really don't like when it takes super long. I'm not really good about that, so I use the audiobook while I listen. All these tabs are things that I need to like highlight or use my pen for annotating. Let me find my annotation thing. Oh, here it is. Here is everything I use to annotate. My pens, highlighters, and sticky tabs. I also have sticky notes, but now I just directly read in the book. I used to not. But yeah, this is going to be filled with spoilers. Probably. If it's not, then I'll say it's not later. But for now, I believe it is. But basically, I am 75 pages in. If you don't know what it's about, there's this woman, her name is Evelyn Hugo, and she is a movie star. She is the it girl of Hollywood. She's now old. She is 70, I believe. 70, something like that, 75. So obviously she's old. She was a big it girl in like the 80s and stuff. And basically one day she asked this girl, her name is Monique, who's a journalist. She invites her over and is like, I want you to write my life story. And Monique works for a magazine company. And that's what the impression was, that she was writing a tell-all for the magazine company. But no, or not a tell-all, something about like a dress, because she's giving away her dresses. But no, Evelyn wants her to keep quiet, learn everything about Evelyn's life, and then write a book about it after Evelyn dies and publish it and make literally millions off of it. And there is a reason why Evelyn has chosen Monique. She was like, Monique or no one. So here Monique is doing it. There are 2 narrators, as far as I can tell, for the book. I don't really like Monique's narrator. I don't like her voice that much. It's kind of not giving. But Evelyn's voice, I like Evelyn's narrator a lot. I think it helps suit her character a lot more than the way the Monique's narrator does Evelyn's voice. I like it a lot more. And so far it's pretty good. I'm on husband number 2. Am I still in husband number 2 or am I done with husband number 2? Let me check. Give me a moment. I'm still in husband number 2. I'm on Don Adler. I believe that's his name. Yes. Husband number 2, chapter 11. Really excited. I'm going to get more done tomorrow. We'll probably get a good chunk out of the way. But it's really good so far. I'm really excited. Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's a popular author. I don't know if y'all know that, but she is. I'm just trying to fill up time. I feel so fucking awkward. It's fine. Ugh. But yeah. So here we are. I think I'll go over the tabs and stuff after. These will be removed. If I'm using a green tab like this, if it's not like to permanently stay in the book, it's mostly just for me to come back to later and to like highlight or write in, whatever. Because I haven't figured out a color coding system. Most of the time, it's the basic same colors, but I own a lot of colors and sometimes some of those don't get used, and I don't know if I want to use them for this. Oh, I'm going to add this to my Google Doc, so I'll add That's so fucking disgusting. I'm gonna add it to the description down below. So if you want to watch this, so if you want to see the Google Doc instead of like watching me talk about it, then it will be in the description and you guys can read just like my basic thoughts on it. Obviously, it's only gonna get put up once I finish the book, which is when this will come out. So never mind. But I have to see how I annotate it. But there's definitely trigger warning for domestic abuse, rape. Not graphic, but it does get mentioned. Prostitution, child sex. I don't know what the correct term for that, like pedophilia, like stuff like that. Just kind of icky stuff. So yeah, that's trigger warnings for those. That'll be in the Google Doc. So, yeah. So I'll update you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I finished it. It's over. Okay, so I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was really good. I feel so awkward. Okay, so overall thoughts. Actually, before I go into overall thoughts, I finished annotating it. See, all the sticky tabs are gone now. It is thoroughly annotated. I used way less like colors than I thought. I'll tell you what I used. Pink for like super lovey moments, marker pink, like underline for like lovey, but not as like lovey. This was for anything that was like sensual. Normally when I do like sensual things like in other books, I always do it in green, but there's something about it that it was like, it was not a green color. I think it was probably because it was women, and I'm a woman who loves women. So it's like that color, green didn't feel like it represented it. Purple did. So we used the purple. Yellow, there was a lot of yellow, which yellow always just means general quotes that I enjoy. So there was a lot of yellow, which is good. And then we have blue for extreme sadness, and then underlined blue for also sadness, but like less extreme. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a quote. It could also be like just like the scene is sad, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And then just my normal black pen, which I just used to underline. If I use this, it's like I don't really know, but like I want it, like I want that part of the text to be seen, but like I don't really have like a specific category for it, so I just underline it. Or I use this to like write. I didn't write much in it. I wrote a few like things, but not really much anything. I drew more hearts than anything next to like moments about love. And then That's basically it. So now I'll give you a little flip through. I'll give you a proper flip through later. But anyways, so thoughts on the book. It was good. Like I said, I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so the reason I read it, like I said earlier in this video, was because Camila and Fiona. And they didn't tell me why they loved it. They just said, like, I knew the basic premise of it going in. They didn't tell me why they loved it, but they were like, oh my god, it's amazing. It was Fiona's, like, it is Fiona's favorite book. So I was like, okay, amazing, 10 out of 10. So excited. Like, it is, because of their reviews, it's mostly why I picked it up. And I think partially because of the way they hyped it up so much, it was like not like, it diminished it for me a little bit because I think it was just so overhyped. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I'm gonna do, like, I'm gonna part this, so non-spoiler and then spoiler review. So non-spoiler here. Okay, Taylor Jenkins Reid, beautiful writer. The way she writes truly captures you into believing that Evelyn Hugo is a real character. Evelyn Hugo's life story was real. She made real movies. She had, like, real articles written about her. Like, she was a real person. Like, it truly makes you feel like when you're reading this, like, oftentimes it is very easy to believe that you're like, oh, I want to watch one of her movies because they talk about her movies throughout this. You're like, oh, I want to watch it, and it's like, it doesn't exist. Evelyn Hugo is not real, but it is so easy to fall into believing that Evelyn is real because of Taylor's writing and, like, her storyline, and, like, it is told beautifully. Oh, also this is told in like, yeah, I'd say okay, flashbacks, that's the word. The current POV is told by Monique, and it's her speaking about, like, her own life and talking to Evelyn and, like, her relationship with Evelyn, but mostly the story is told in flashbacks, and it is Evelyn talking about her life and throughout these 7 marriages, husbands. So I think the way it was written was really well. Monique's character, I think she was important for the novel. I don't know if I care much for her. I think I will read this book in the future, and maybe then I will, like, appreciate Monique's character more, but as of right now, like, I understand why her character is there, and I think it was very important that this book was written with Monique as the character, and not just, like, us reading the story of Evelyn Hugo. I think it was very important that we experienced it like this, but I just didn't really have a connection to her. But I did enjoy moments of Monique. She just, I think because Evelyn is so large, that I think it diminishes some of Monique. But hopefully, if I reread this, then I will appreciate her and, like, fully gather her more. Okay, so aside from the writing style and believing her, okay, Taylor Jenkins Reid, as far as I know, sorry, as far as I know, is a straight woman, but the way she writes about, okay, this book takes place, the flashbacks take place through the 50s to the 80s, which is not a good time for gay people, obviously, like, very not good time. So the way she writes about it feels very realistic, and I feel like it expresses a lot of, like, the emotion that she writes about is, like, very true, and it feels very realistic, and, like, the way that she writes to gay women is very real. And it's like, as a gay woman myself, like, when I'm reading it, it's like, I feel these things with you. Like, I experience, which, okay, that is why I love this book so much, because I can, when she's talking about it and when they're, like, having moments, whether it's, like, homophobia they're dealing with, or, like, hiding the relationship, or, like, being in love, like, whatever it may be, all of it felt very true to what being a gay woman is. So that's why I loved it so much. Okay, I think that's everything I'm gonna say that's not a spoiler, so if you do want to read it, don't stop listening. Okay, so not spoiler. Okay, so it was fucking amazing. It was so good. Everything that I said before, it's true. If you don't know, it's very easy to find out. It's literally, as long as you know this book is gay, then it is very easy to find out who the main love interest of the book is. Her name is Celia St. James. Also, I imagine her as Florence Pugh. If I figure it out, I'll put a picture up here so you guys can see. But I think Florence Pugh, okay, I'm partially biased because Florence did play Beth in Little Women, as did Celia in this book. So I'm like, as soon as she said Celia and Beth, like Florence Pugh came to my mind, but I think it's an accurate fit aside from like the blonde, the strawberry blonde, the redhead thing. So, you know, but it was really good. It wasn't, I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting it to be a lot more straight and less gay, and it is a lot more gay than you would think. It was really shocking to me, but I obviously loved it and appreciated it. There are a lot of things that happen. Okay, Celia's relationship with Evelyn. Okay, they have a good relationship. Okay, so you know when, like, you have a friend and then she, like, only tells you the bad parts about her boyfriend and then is like, oh my god, but he's such a good boyfriend. It's like, all I've ever heard was that when it wasn't good, so it's hard to believe that you had good moments. It was kind of like that. Most of what we heard about Celia and Evelyn were, like, not the highlights. We did have some highlights, like, but a lot of it was, like, not highlights. So, like, throughout the novel, I would be like, but their intense love for each other and the intense passion is what keeps you going, is like, yes, they truly do love each other. Like, this is it. But aside from that, it's like, there are, like, moments where it's like, okay, so, like, the scene where, like, Celia tells Evelyn that she, like, wouldn't be an actor. Like, she's not, like, a good actress or whatever, like, and that Celia is to, like, be credited for all of it, blah, 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 stuff like that. It was, like, I guess also partially of them growing up and stuff like that. Like, it was very, like, immature things, like, miscommunication things. Like, there were many, I said, like, so many times, but there were many things that were just sort of iffy. Oh my god, the scene where Evelyn literally fucks over her relationship with fucking Celia. Basically, Evelyn is doing this movie with Don Adler, her first husband, ex-husband. And Celia is very jealous, very, very jealous woman. And so they're doing this movie together. Celia is super supportive. And they're going, and then Max, the director, is like, Evelyn, I think the love scene needs to be a sex scene, like true, raw passion. And then without thinking, Evelyn says yes. Oh, and she says this quote that I love. Oh my god, hold on. Let me hope that I can find it. She says this quote that I love, and I'll read it to you guys. But it's like, without thinking about anything, she just agreed. She just agreed to, found it. Okay, she just agreed to do the scene without considering Celia's, like, feelings. They are dating at this time. Like, fully, you should be considering Celia's feelings. And then when she gets home, Celia was like, oh, how was shooting? And then Evelyn was like, good, completely fine. And then Evelyn says, and because she didn't say, how was your day, or anything interesting happened with Max, or even how's next week looking, I didn't bring it up. She did not bring up the fact that Max wanted a sex scene. Then the next week, they do the sex scene. Right after the sex scene, Evelyn goes to her room and is like, starts bawling. She's like crying because she knows what she did. She just fucked up. She knows it. Instead of taking a cab back to their home together, Evelyn walks the 50 blocks. And on the way, Evelyn picks up flowers for her. I'm actually just going to read it to you. Where is it? Okay. Got flowers for Celia. And so here's where I'm reading you. I got you these, I said, handing her the bouquet of white lilies. I did not mention that the florist said that the white lilies mean my love is pure. Oh my god, she said. They are gorgeous, thank you. She smelled them and then grabbed a water glass, filled it from the tap, and put the flowers in it. Just for a moment, she said, until I have a chance to choose a vase. I wanted to ask you something, I said. Oh boy, she said. Are these flowers just to butter me up? I shook my head, no. I said, the flowers are because I love you, because I want you to know how often I think of you, how important you are to me. I don't tell you that enough. I wanted to tell you this way with those. That is guilt. In the next sentence, it says guilt, but that right there, that is just her guilt manifesting into her doing something nice. Basically, after that, she asks Cecilia, Cecilia is the long name, like, her name is Celia, but I will interchangeably use them. Celia, so, like, can I, Max asked me to do this scene and make it a sex scene. Is that okay with you? She explained it further than that, but I'm just summing it up. And then, Celia, being the angel she is, she's like, I really want to support your career. I want to help you further your career. I know how passionate you are about this. And she's, like, saying all these things, and every time Evelyn is saying, okay, like, trying to cut her off so there isn't the but that we all know is coming. And then Celia goes, but Evelyn, I don't think I can. Just knowing that you were, when you slept with Mick, I was sick for years afterwards thinking about the two of you together. I know. This is Evelyn, this is Celia. I know. And you slept with Harry, God knows how many times, she said. I know, honey, I know, but I'm not sleeping with Don. But you have slept with him. You have. When people watch the two of you on screen, they will be watching something the two of you have already done. It's not real. She started crying. She put her head in her hands. I feel like I'm failing you, she said, but I can't do it. I can't. I know myself, and I know this is too much for me. I'll be too sick over it. I'll make myself ill thinking of you with him, she said. I'm sorry, I don't have it in me. I can't handle it. I want to be stronger for you. I do. I know that if the tables are turned, you could handle it. I feel like I'm disappointing you. And I'm so sorry, Evelyn. I will work forever to make it up to you. I'll help you get any part you want for the rest of our lives, and I'll work on getting there so then the next time this happens, I can be stronger. But please, Evelyn, I can't live through you sleeping with another man. Even if this time it only looks real. I can't do it. Please, she said. Please don't do this. And then Evelyn starts crying and says, I already did. That fucking bitch. Pissed. The fact, she knows it's wrong. She knows it's wrong. She did it anyway. She never brought it up with her partner. It pissed me off. It pissed me off beyond anything in the entire fucking world. I couldn't fucking believe it. But yeah, then they broke up obviously after that. But here's the quote that I liked. That's not related to that. This is when she agrees to it, blah, blah, blah. And Evelyn's like, I did have a responsibility to inquire about my I should back up. Okay. She basically says, I should have told Celia, I should have given her a say. And then she says, this is a direct quote, I should have given her the opportunity to express any misgivings. I should have respected that while she had no place to tell me that what I could and could not do with my body. I did have a responsibility to inquire about how my actions might affect her. And if you are in a relationship and you do not consider how your partner will feel about things that you do, then you're being shitty. You're being an asshole. There's no reason why you shouldn't think about those things. And it is not hard to think about those things. And I was like, fuck you, Evelyn. So yeah. Also the twist, what I didn't get was like, yes, I understand because it's like, you thought your dad, like, killed himself in the accident. This is about Monique. But like, what's the difference? He's dead anyways, and it's not like he was alive in the car. Like, Evelyn didn't murder him. She didn't leave him for dead. She just moved him in the seats. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she held way too much anger towards Evelyn. And it just wasn't, like, it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. LOL. So, yeah. So, that's basically, like, everything that I think I want to say about this book. Oops, sorry, guys. But it was really, really good. I did thoroughly enjoy it. It was super bomb, super amazing, and I totally recommend it. I will link the Google Docs so you can read. Like, there's a more thought out and, like, written review, and it's not spoilery, so I should have added that way back there. Oh, well. But, yeah, so you can go read it.